Hey guys. Ah. Well, it's a snowy, we're getting a storm here in Michigan. Snowy afternoon, a Sunday afternoon. And, oh, I got reflection. Sorry about that. And I thought I'd pop on here and talk a little bit about New Year's resolutions. Some people like them, some people hate them. I kind of like them. It depends on what type it is. When I was younger, we all did that. Going to lose 15 pounds, going to do this, going to do that, going to do this. And when I hit my 30s, like the middle of my 30s, I decided I wasn't going to actually make a New Year's resolution. I was going to make a theme for the year. And when my boys were younger, I used to do this with them. And I remember when they both got into high school. There's a bit of an age difference between them, but when they were basically both in high school, I said this year will be the year of compassion, because I didn't like the way that I seen a lot of the kids treating each of one another, and so yeah, that was the year of compassion. But anyways, that was kind of an example of how long we've been doing it. Anyways, this year, my theme for this year is to live with more of an open heart. More of an open heart, for more love, for more intention, with more integrity, with more compassion towards my fellow man, with more honesty to myself. Like I've said before, this is a milestone year in my life, which every year you're blessed to be here and be healthy, then it's a milestone. But this year, I'm going to embrace that what if, or I'm going to get to thing that we've all done. As mothers, raising children, as a young woman, semi-young woman, we'll pretend, taking care of my elderly father that died of Alzheimer's, and now my mother lives with us, and she's fine. She's fine. You tend to forget yourself. You tend to say, one of these days I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to learning how. I tried to find good lighting. Sorry for the noise in the back. I'm standing on my treadmill. There's a window behind me, and there's a window directly in front of me, and a mirror behind me. So I was trying to find some kind of flattering lighting. Anyways, getting on back on subject. I'm gonna try to live this year with intention of getting to things that I've put off. We all do that, When I'm happy, when he changes, I'll be happy. When I'm thinner, I'll be prettier. When I'm healthier, I'll be happy. And tomorrow's not, as we all know, it's not promised to us. And that goes even deeper when you're raising families and you're doing different things, and then you start to hit this milestone age where you start to go, I always wanted to learn how to crochet. I always wanted to do more painting, more sculpting. Put that on the back burner when I started a business and I was raising a family, which was fine, and I don't regret it. I don't regret it. I regret that I didn't make myself find the balance to keep it up and to do and to feed that inner thing in me. But I found other avenues to do, and I don't, I never regret giving up my life to have children. I believe that when you have children, that your life is no longer yours. When you get into a committed relationship, your life is no longer yours. When you make a commitment to be a believer, your life is no longer yours. It was given to you by the grace of God, and God can take it like that. But when you make that conscious decision to use your earthly realm for the betterment, for the kingdom of God, then yeah, your life is no longer yours. Not to say that we have to walk around like, Bible thumping, obnoxious people, but we should be always striving for more and more in our lives, to be more close to God and do godly's work. So for me, this year, my theme is going to be Just do it. Just get out and do it. With a heavy heart, we've gone over our plans for the next 3 years. We're kind of goal setters. I believe that if you don't have some form of goals, and I didn't normally always feel this way. Growing up with dyslexia, I always had that if you set a goal and you fall short of it, you're a failure. And having a learning disability, you fell short of a lot. So you always felt like a failure. So I always pulled away from that. But I married a man that always was a big goal setter. And he has taught me that even if that old cliche, if you aim for the stars and you fall short, you still catch the moon kind of thing. That if you don't set a goal, then you're just kind of floundering around. So anyways, our goal is in 3 years, we're going to sell this home. I know, with a heavy heart, sad. But until we get to that point, there's time for us to start thinning down. Not that we have excess, but a lot of excess. Because before we moved here, we made the mindset that we were going to slough off all the extra, find our center, try to, build a home as debt-free as possibly we could. That's why we lived out of the fifth wheel for 8 months and hauled water and lived off the generator. And it was a great experience. But you sacrifice to reap in the end. It's kind of like you sacrifice not eating all the Christmas cookies because January is coming and you'll just have 5 more pounds to lose. So anyways, my point is I'm getting back to, like I say at the end of my videos, you're never too young or you're never too old to enjoy a great childhood. And not that I didn't have a good childhood, probably comparative to a lot of people, but we all know it could be better, and your childhood's different. Your child is different when you're older than when you were younger. And so I'm just going to allow myself to indulge in those things that I've kept putting off because I had a child to raise. And then once that child was raised, I would have to get the next child raised. And then my father became ill. And so then that took up time. So this year, I'm going to let myself be creative. Let myself get back. I'm a very creative person anyways. Everybody teases me and calls me Miss Artsy Fartsy. I'm one of those that I don't make a sandwich, I have to cut it a certain way and I have to add something to it. Or, I'm one of those mustard. I heard a lady say something about you're a mustard mom. And I'm like, what the hell is a mustard mom? What's that mean? And she said, well, I could see you were making sandwiches and you didn't just put mustard on it. You had to make a design with the mustard. And it's like, well, yeah, doesn't everybody? But apparently they don't. And that's fine. That's okay. If that's not your creative juices, then that's fine. But for me, I like to be creative in everything I do. But I've kind of put off divulging into those things I always wanted to get into. So I'm going to learn how to crochet. And I think I might go back into sculpting. I've always enjoyed doing sculpting. I think I'm going to pick up a welding stick again. I took 4 years of welding, and I enjoy welding. I know it's not a very feminine thing. Oh, it's a flash dance thing. Flash dance. But I've enjoyed creating. I enjoy design. I enjoy just the creative part. There's a new book I want to grab. It's called Big Magic, and by Mrs. Gilbert. She wrote Eat, Pray, Love. And I had heard on YouTube the other day that she provokes the question to treasure certain sides of our personalities and to move forward and to embrace life. And I ordered the book from the local bookstore today, and I'm really excited about that coming in this week. And I'm sure when I recruit from a gallbladder, I've kind of started stocking what I'm going to be able to do because I tend to be a bit of a busybody. It's funny because I'm one of those people that I know I'm a creative person because I read a long time ago that a lot of times creative people get a whole bunch done, but they look back and nothing's finished. That's me in a nutshell. So, yeah, that's going to be my New Year's resolution or my theme for this year. I'd love to hear yours. I would love to hear what your mindset is or what your thought might be or what there might be a goal or whatever you have. I would love to hear it. I would love to hear more interaction back and forth. I want this channel to be more of an interactive thing rather than me to sit here and just tell you story after story. That's my goal. I plunked around on the computer. I took my Canon outside out by my horses and I made a small film, you know, a little bleep. Edited it, took me forever, and it's gone. Yeah, so I'm real happy about that. So you know what? I just might end up doing this on my phone more than I thought. Anyways, on a good note, on an awesome note, I've lost 17 pounds in a very short duration of time. I am eating gluten-free and dairy-free, nut-free, 2 pieces of bread twice a day because that's all I can keep down. But I'm over that hump. I'm over that. I'm starving to death. But I'm ready. I'm ready for them to get this gallbladder out so I can actually consume some food. It's not been the best diet plan, but I have to say, I'm wearing some jeans today that were my skinny jeans, I'd have to say, and I had to wear a belt. So that's a good thing. I mean, that's like squeeze really hard and make lemonade. But anyways, that's what's been going on with me. Tell me what's going on with you guys. I've been watching all of you, and just wanted to say hi. So, anyways, don't forget, you're never too old to have a great childhood. And start asking your child, what is it that it wants to do this year? Ask it for it to come out and play. And share that. See you later.